Hey there, this is the Crazy Critter Guy, and we are about to race through the woods for an entire mile, and we'll do it in 10 minutes, and we'll even stop at 16 cool places along the way. So do you think you can keep up with me? I hope so. Now it may get a little bit bumpy along the way, but start your engines. Our first stop is right here. It doesn't look like much, does it? But this is where we're going to learn a secret about the forest, and that is, you are bigger than 99.9999% of every other living creature on the planet, and if you want to step into their world, you need to get down to their level. To most people, this just looks like any other view into the woods, but if you get closer to the ground, you can actually see a trail. Now, this particular trail was used by all kinds of small creatures like foxes, armadillos, and rabbits, but you have to get down to their eye level in order to see it. These things here are flowers from a plant called a crossvine. The crossvine starts to bloom early in the spring, and it's a favorite nectar source for hummingbirds. All the way to the bottom of the hill, and we find Little Bigby Creek. This flows right past our camp, and one of the cool things about Little Bigby Creek is where it can take you. If you got in a canoe right out there and started floating, you could connect to several other rivers and eventually end up in the Gulf of Mexico. But that's about 1,200 miles away, so you better pack a lunch. I love turning over rocks to see what lives underneath, and this little critter is a northern zigzag salamander. But guess what? So is this one. That's right, even though they look different, they're the same kind of salamander. Salamanders are amphibians, and a really neat thing about them is that if they lose their tail, they can grow it back. You can see where this one has regrown the tip of his tail. But salamanders aren't the only thing that you can find under rocks. Check out these really cool roots that look like lightning. Whoa, did you see that? Let's look a little bit closer. How about now? Can you see it? This creature is a banded water snake. It's not venomous, and its favorite foods are things like frogs and fish. When it's full grown, it can be almost 5 feet long. This one is just a baby, and if you look real close, you can see that its eyes are kind of cloudy. That's because it's getting ready to shed its skin. If you've ever read a book called Where the Red Fern Grows, then you know it was a story about a boy and his dogs. It's a little bit sad, but it's still a good book. And in that book, they talk about a sycamore tree. Well, this is one right here. You might even have one in your own yard. And this is what the leaves look like. And while we're here, take a look at the rapids in the stream. They're helping to add oxygen to the water, and that helps the fish. Let's stop for a moment and listen to the sound of the stream before we get moving again. Well, that didn't take us very long. Do you see what I see? Yep, you got it. It's another one of my slithery friends. This one is a different kind, and it's called a queen snake. It's not venomous either, and its favorite food are the crawdads that live in the water. Check this out. These are the footprints of a raccoon. A lot of animals have front and back feet that leave similar tracks, but not the raccoon. It's more like, well, it's like you and me. The raccoon's front feet leave tracks like our handprints, but their back feet, they leave tracks like our footprints. Pretty cool. We've made it to the place where we go creek stomping, water battles, swimming in the alligator hole, even catching crawdads. This is where it all starts. But right now, we need to keep going on our hike. Look what we almost stepped on. This little critter is called a yellow-spotted millipede, and it's so cool to watch them walk. Wow, we almost ran right past this thing. It's a type of butterfly called a skipper, and she's only about the size of a nickel. She's a pretty fast flyer also. I hope you still got a lot of energy because we're getting ready to go up a very long hill. Underneath this log is a creature called a grub. They're usually the larvae of beetles, and some of them can stay underground for years before they turn into the adult beetle. Not too far away we have a centipede, and it looks like his best friend is another kind of millipede. Don't be scared, but we're now at the cave of Ralph the Sasquatch. He's pretty friendly though. I doubt we'll see him right now because he only comes out at night, and that means he's nocturnal. Can you see any shapes in the rocks? A lot of people think this one here looks like a giant foot, which makes sense since it's next to Bigfoot's cave. What do you think this one looks like? Most people think it looks like a whale. We're almost out of here, and that's a good thing because I'm getting a little bit hungry for something sweet. Something like a honeysuckle. That was good. You know what I saw? More rocks to look underneath. This little creature is a baby cockroach. If you look close, you can see that its wings aren't fully developed yet. One more stop, and it's to dig through this dirt pile. It's like a zoo in here. Golden brown slugs, termites, roly-polies, and our final creature of the hike, a white-spotted slimy salamander. And believe it or not, that's actually what it's called. How would you like to have slimy as part of your name? I wouldn't, but I guess it's okay if you're a salamander. Well, that's it. We survived the hike. Make sure you join me next time on Walking on the Wild Side with the Crazy Critter Guy. Maybe we'll even learn about one of these things.